Hi, I'm Sarah Manning and you're watching SableCaught.
A little while ago, well, a long while ago now, this was back in November, I'm really bad at making videos on time, I was invited by Atom, the publisher, to come to a blogger party they were holding. It was a really great experience in general. I got to meet this lady and this lady, as well as getting to watch 15-year-old book bloggers teach publishing agents how to tie ties. As well as being able to chat to other book bloggers and authors, we also got to chat to members of Atom's staff about their upcoming titles. I'd like to chat to you guys about some of the ones that I thought sounded really, really awesome. First of all, there's Night School by Daugherty, which she was kind enough to sign for me.
Hi! Night School's my first novel. When my husband and I got married, he lives in a little town in Surrey, and he was trying to convince me we should move from London to a little town in Surrey. And he was driving me around this little town in Surrey, and he said, "Oh, you have to see my sister's school. It's the most amazing building, it's incredible, and it's this little boarding private-y school but her sister didn't board, but that's a long story. Anyway, so he took me to this amazing school, and it was raining, and the sky was dark, and it was about 5 o'clock. And I just looked at this school, this Victorian edifice at the foot of a hill, surrounded by trees, with this dark, scary pond in front of it, and thought, who would send their children here? This is terrifying. That building has got to be haunted. Which is when I started thinking about writing a book set in a boarding school where crazy things happened and what that would be like, because that's as far as you can get from my own high school experience. So that set up about 1.5 years of thinking and kind of what would happen, and I wrote a number of different books. I wrote a vampire book and that didn't work, and I wrote a kind of ghosty book and that didn't work. And then I came up with the idea for this, which is more of just a real book about real people in a real school-ish. Where things are just a little bit more than real.
Now, you guys who've been watching my channel for a while will have guessed that I would have picked this one up. It's about boarding schools, it's about magic, it's got my vote straight from the start. On a very similar theme, although done in probably a very different way, I also made sure I picked up The Witch of Turlingham Academy by Ellie Boswell. This book was over and over again described as like the worst witch, and I loved The Worst Witch. This one's not a teen book, it's a younger reader's book, but I still think I'll love it. The next book we still have a bit of a school theme in, Trapped by Northrop. In this book, term is over and everyone is leaving school for the holidays, apart from 7 children who aren't picked up. The wind and snow gets so bad that they're trapped in, and it looks like they're going to have to stay there for a while. To me, it set off Lord of the Flies alarm bells. I really liked the concept of Lord of the Flies, but I found it a bit distancing. Maybe because it had been written so long ago, or maybe because it was all boys. So I've always longed for a modern day version of it, which I'm hoping this might provide. This one I'm a bit wary of, to be honest. It's called 172 Hours on the Moon and it's by Johan Harstad, and I thought it sounded amazing, but I also am kind of terrified by the idea of it. It's a story about a government programme trying to relaunch moon exploration by launching it in a reality TV type way. There is a competition and 3 young teenagers from over the world win the chance to go to the moon. Apparently it's meant to be the spookiest, scariest story ever. You can see the tagline. 3 of them will go on the trip of a lifetime. Only 1 of them will come back. I don't do well with scary stories. I might give it a go anyway though, because the plot did sound really exciting. The final book I got from them, which I'm really excited to read, is The Book of Blood and Shadow by Wasserman. I really love the sound of this book. To start off with, the main character is a Latin scholar. I love geeky girl protagonists. The storyline revolves around her helping to translate a 700-year-old text and finding out there's more to it than meets the eye. She's pursued by various organisations trying to keep her quiet, her friends and family are in danger. It sounded very much like a fast-paced thriller I'd quite enjoy. An odd thing that's attracting me to read this is the fact that it's set in Prague, and I absolutely loved the Prague that I saw in The Daughter of a Spoken Bone, and I'd quite like another journey there. So I'm really excited to get started on this. I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below with your suggestions on which ones you'd like me to read and review first. Are there any you're interested in reading, and then maybe I can talk to you about them. If I haven't made you tear your hair out with exasperation and boredom, please do like this video and subscribe to me up above if you'd like to see reviews of those books when I finally get around to reading them. Anyway, be sure to tell me what you think of the sound of those books in the comments down below. Tell me which one to read first, and I will see you on Thursday with a book review. Bye!